Okay, hello everyone. Today is streaming day again. We are streaming an in-depth version of Emerald Woods.
This is for version 0.2.9, which is going to go out very, very soon. We have delayed it for about a week now, um, but it's just because we want it to be as solid as possible, and we are almost there. We are almost at that point.
Now, before we start, we wanted to discuss something with all of you. So, we know that many people are asking for a mini map and that kind of accessibility features. And many accessibility features are coming to Emerald Woods, but the minimap is, well, very controversial, at least inside the development team. Why? So, adding a minimap would allow you, the player, to have a lot of, well, accessibility and would make things much more comfortable. Yes, we know, we're very aware of that. However, it will also get rid of many experiences we want you to get. We want you to get lost from time to time because getting lost, we we've learned that it can be stressful in our lives, but in Emerald Woods it shouldn't be. Or if it is, well, a little stress can be exciting too. Getting lost will force you to adapt. So if you have a big farm, now you have to forage. If you were very far from home, from any base you have, it will force you to adapt and make a campfire, make a little shelter outside your homestead, maybe a little new cabin for you to, well, adapt and play around. You'll see new beasts. Maybe you'll even have to make a tunnel through a mountain, like I've had to do in past streams. And we want those experiences. We need them. However, we do understand that we need to provide more um, ways for you, the player, to orient yourself. The orientation system may not be enough for everyone or may be frustrating. So we are just shuffling around many different ideas. We're constantly brainstorming. We've been talking about making a craftable map, very similar to the Minecraft one, but static instead of dynamic. We've talked about uh, directional signs on our Discord. We've talked about putting a coordinates system that you can constantly see. So the discussion is open. If you have some ideas, if you'd liked to see some feature to help orient yourself, go ahead and tell us. And if you really are hellbent on a mini map and you don't care about the experiences I just mentioned, well, I guess we can discuss them too. We are not gods. This, after all, is a game for you to play. So, if you don't have fun with it, what's the point? You can also tell us your opinions in the chat. Let's begin.
We have a new title screen. It's temporary, uh, but we needed to have something here. That black screen just wasn't cutting it. So I put this here. Um, and again, this version that we are planning to release is focused on the farming aspects and the cooking aspects. So that is what we have used as a guideline to try to, yeah, decide like what things to do, because there's so many ideas floating around that we want to do, and every day there's more. But yeah, you need an anchor to like get going. Lately, these versions, once they go out, you will notice a very, very big change in how the game plays. Basically, you will die now, which was not possible and was very hard to achieve in previous versions. We are still tuning that. We are still deciding how hard, how frustrating is it going to be to die. But at least for this version, we are going to go a little bit closer to the cycle of let's say a normal roguelike where you gotta learn through several sessions of gameplay. Our main how to say this point of discussion is all right, that is normal in roguelite, but how normal is that going to be for people that are not accustomed to roguelites but rather to farming games and get to play our game, which we know is a lot more people. So I don't know where we will land, but that's the journey we are on, defining what to do about that. As I said, it's pretty dangerous right now, so I'm going to start farming right away, and I'm going to create a small carrot farm here. Do you have any comments about that part, Stevan?
Balancing is the eternal and unending task of a game designer. We will never finish balancing the game. It would be a great help if you, the player, could tell us what you feel should the experience be regarding death. Because yes, this is a roguelike, but well, it's a chill roguelike. Now, what is chill? How chill should it be? To what extent? That's hard to decide, especially when, well, we have so many mechanics tied up with death. Procedural generation, well, strives on getting your character killed. If your character doesn't die, then you don't get to see a new world. I still remember the game. I found a cave chock full of Kedin when Kedin were overpowered. I didn't had to farm. I didn't have to sleep. I didn't have to do anything because that cave provided me with endless source of fatigue and hunger restoring items. I could just focus on exploration. That's something I wouldn't have achieved if I didn't have to use the procedural generation. So we don't want you to do like me and start a new game every single time you play. But
Right, right.
maybe that's also good.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. For instance, I just had that happen to me and I fainted because I was so accustomed to playing the old way that I wasn't keeping track of my fatigue, and now I took a big hit on my health. So if that happens 3 times, I am dead, probably for good. So that cannot happen right now. And well, there are no monsters in the game because that's something that we have been quite solid about, right? Not including combat because well, there's so many games already that had combat. But that doesn't mean that there are no dangers, right? And I just had it happen to me again, and now I'm about to die. I need to take care. So my fatigue is
I can
almost full.
see you are a great student of mine.
So I am going to rest, right? So mechanics that are new to the game are resting. So you can just lay down and rest for a little bit. It's 10 minutes that you can do that through the day for some time. It's 7 p.m. already, and we are on day 2, and we have been completely bad at playing the game right now because we have fainted twice. But now we're going to take some good rest inside the house, in the bed. Um, so there's two main ways to interact with the game. You can move using the numpad, or if you're in a laptop without a numpad, you can use the QWEASD pad. Basically, the nine keys of on the nine first keys on the left hand of the keyboard. You can also use the cursor keys. But what I wanted to say is that there are two main ways, or yeah, three ways to interact with the world. You can use the space key. If you press space, you're going to see a menu with several actions that you can take depending on where you were pointing at. You can also press enter or control and you will try to do the default action which is highlighted here. And finally, well, you can always use all the keyboard commands so that you don't have to go through the menu or anything and you can do specific stuff. The idea is that with time that will become the most comfortable way for you to play the game. But now let's go and sleep. Before going to sleep, we need to make sure that we are not very hungry, else we're going to have a bad night of sleep. Let's go ahead and sleep. Yes. Oh, that's not good. I was like there just by the bed, but I did not use the bed, but just slept on the floor. And that is because, yeah,
Since you are just about to die,
that was, yeah,
let
that
me
was,
say something that I forgot to mention to our viewers. We are also discussing ways to, how should I say it, mm, make dead not harrowing, not as harrowing of an experience. So, yes, we are discussing, should we make dead hard? Should the player die a lot? But we are also saying, what if he dies a lot, but the experience is not so harrowing? So, we're not talking about meta progression here, but some way for you to save a little bit of your progress for a future playthrough. The current idea that we are discussing is allowing the player to visit his old character's cabin. Like maybe you had a huge farm with many rare items, but you died because, well, that
you were
happens.
careless. Yeah,
Maybe you can find your old cottage, of course, not with the full set of items, but you would find a couple of your crops intact, just a couple, don't get greedy, maybe some tools, maybe some objects, and that's it. And it wouldn't be meta progression because the idea is that it would only save the immediate last run, so you cannot farm items by killing yourself.
right. Yeah, that's some of the things we're discussing, and that may help a lot, I believe. And yeah, maybe we can implement that and test how it works. Now, this run is not looking very good. I'm going to at least do the same that Stolberg managed to do last time, which was making some carrot juice, but I don't think I will ever survive to get some carrots. It's looking grim. I'm just walking around the woods hoping to find some food like this duck-like creature. Let's pick it up. It's a sock. Basically, every time you pick a new animal or a new type of mm, fruit or plant, it's going to be added to your field notes. And notice that there's also some quests to uh, to complete your journal. Dongos, always useful, and it's already night time. I am pretty hungry. So it's 7 p.m. here. 7:25. Yeah, I better head back because I mean, if I faint again, I will die, basically. So I gotta take care of that. Let's head home. Let's cook this duck-like animal. Sacrifice the sock. What happened there? Yeah, that's not working. Oh, do you want me
You
to eat
can't
you?
be looking at the campfire while you sacrifice. Well, while you interact with anything else, because it will think you're trying to cook. By the way, remember you still have two mangoes.
Right. Yeah, let's keep those for emergency mangoes. Let's cook this too. Let's eat the meat. And I think I'm going to go and sleep this time in the bed. So there seems to be a bug in the actions menu because you cannot like sleep in the bed, right? Maybe it was fixed in the latest version. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and use the uh, contextual action. Basically, press Enter or Control, and I will sleep in the bed. I will check everything before I do that because if I make a mistake, I will die. But it looks safe. So let's go ahead and sleep. I should recover some health, hopefully. No, I did not recover any health. Why? I should have. Yeah, something happened there because in theory, if I sleep in the bed, that should be a way of recovering health.
Yeah, I'm already taking notes.
Yeah, that was weird. Now I am much more doomed. Um, let's do what we can do is continue uh, growing our farm.
Maybe you'll
I'm going
get
to
lucky and find a sauge bush or seeds.
maybe I will. Hopefully, let's make the door here. Need more wood. I'm keeping a close eye on my fatigue this time. Let's look for that. I'm hungry already. Let's have the La Villa. Okay. Yeah, will have to be very lucky to actually find that berry bush. But maybe I'll be lucky. Only nuts around. Can't see. You know why? I almost managed to include something that allowed you to sacrifice animals without picking them up, which cruel, I guess, but at least will add some use for all those animals lurking around that you cannot pick up because they're too heavy. Resting for a little bit, just to lower the fatigue. Still, lumbering is pretty tiring. 7 wood. starving. Let's have the
Watch out for
mangoes.
your hunger. You are about to. You were about to starve.
Yeah, thank you. Why am I carrying all these stones? I don't know. Oh, I need all the food as possible. Cannot pick, yeah, just because I have all these stones. Where are them? 7 stones. Let's drop them here. And let's pick the bird. Yep, I don't need stones. Um, 7 stones. I will leave them there in case we need them in the future. But the fatigue is almost filled. Let's have one of these nuts. That helped. No hunger. Some fatigue. I'm not sure if I've recovered some health. I probably did. I don't know. Uh, and now let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. Is everything safe? Let's see. Our hunger meter is empty. That's the main thing to check. We can go and sleep. Yeah. No, but still no health recovery. All right. We're going to be capturing some of these animals. I believe the Clamatopy are the ones that can reproduce more quick, but we need 2 of them in order for them to mate. Um, I need the door for this. Wood. Got 2 lavillas. I cannot pick you up. Ah! So, a small hack that someone kind of came up with was using stones as fences, which frankly looks like an exploit because it doesn't look like a fence at all. But it actually would work because right now stones are considered like a solid object. So this is going to stop um, animals from coming here, which is what we want. So I'm going to just do that because I'm lazy. And let's drop these 2 lavilla here and the Clamatopy. And yeah, we are a bit hungry, so let's keep them here and let's cook these 2 birds. Yeah, I don't know if you took note
This
of
run
that,
is
but
suddenly looking much more brighter.
maybe I will survive after all. What? Why can't I sacrifice? Yeah, this option is not working. The sacrifice option in the actions menu is not working at all for some reason. It doesn't seem to be related to you being next to the campfire or anything. Yeah, it doesn't work. Another bird. I think, yeah, I think what's happening is that when you sleep, some of the penalty that you acquire when fainting is gone, but you don't recover the health immediately. So that is why it appears that nothing happened, but actually, yeah, my health seems to be improving. Cooked them both.
It is improving, but by a tiny amount.
Yeah, maybe not enough, right? Let's go and sleep. So yeah, that's a good point. Besides the improvements on the farming, I think we are also packing a lot of improvements on the UI on this version, which came also with some bugs. As you can see, that actions menu is not working quite as well as it should. Uh, well, carrots are growing here. We need to continue looking for animals to eat because else we're going to not survive. So I don't know. Let's go back to the minimap discussion because right now I feel like it will be helpful to kind of remember the places I have visited. And I think that is one of the things that the minimap can be useful for in addition to getting to somewhere, to some point, right? It's not just that. It's also helpful to know, all right, so what places have I not
Yeah, but
explored?
then again, you can still do some stuff yourself to remember said places. You can build your own landmarks. You can just look at your surroundings and try and remember, like you would do in the real world. You can, well, if we add them, you could use directional signs, and we do have signs planned. So that's another option. As you can see, Slashy is a proponent of a minimap, and I'm against it.
I'm I'm just discussing. You know, my failure has been that I always have expected a lot from the players in that regard. Um,
Well, your run is already looking a lot better. That's a Jenko cabin
a
with
Genko
good
cabin.
side.
There's butter, which is needed for the cake, I believe. What is this? Flour. I guess I will complete the cake before you do. Wheat and seeds for
This
garlic.
is not fair. This is so unfair.
Obludin.
I believe you're only missing the oil and the carrots. Maybe the
Probably.
sugar too.
No, I don't think. Maybe. Let's check in a bit. Avocado, nice. So we also found a note in the cabin. You will find documents and stuff, and they will reveal a little bit of the game. I hope this is not again the note by the hunter. Let's see what it is. March the 2nd, 1944. Dear Dr. Michel, please destroy this document after you read it. You are to procure several specimens of these deep creatures and bring them to the main vault. Yours, Jacob Chuta, CEO. So, the plot of the game. What can we say about the plot of the game? Can you uh, share a little bit about that while I return to the cabin and look for the ingredients that we're missing?
So, without spoiling anything, the idea is for the player to. Oh my god, I'm moving this camera a lot. For the player, for you, the player, to experience the story in a very mm, passive way. Think of it as you being an archaeologist and finding a place full of history. That's what we are trying to achieve. We don't want the story to feel like something you have to do, that you have to follow, but rather as something you can ignore. That if you want to at least I hope it's engaging for you. You have it and you can enjoy it and explore and focus on that. But if not, if you want to just focus on what you're playing, well, you can do it. At the start
Right.
of I believe maybe I'm having a Mandela effect here, but I believe that I mentioned how we want you, the player, to basically have this final say on how your playing experience is going to be. And we've designed several systems for that. Basically, instead of a dynamic director that chooses the difficulty depending on how good you're doing, we instead want you and your personality to do that choice for you. So the systems are not implemented yet, but the idea is that you will be presented with several dynamic situations that basically are going to test you. And according to how you, as a person, as a player, react to those situations, only then the game will change and adapt. So basically, if you want a chill exploration game, you can just have that. You can ignore danger zones because, as you saw at the start, we talk about you are in the Emerald Woods zone, right? Because the game is going to include several different biomes and zones. Do you want to ignore the dangerous areas? You can. You don't need to go to those dangerous areas to quote unquote complete the game. You can focus on your farm. You can focus on surviving. Do you want a more exploration focused game? You can do that. You do want more puzzles, more combat, more whatever? You can do it. The game should
That's right.
adapt to your playstyle. And the story is also, well, should reflect that too. It should prove you into, okay, do you want to explore, do you want to know more of this or not? If you ignore it, you're perfectly fine, you're golden, you can keep playing. Do you want to know more about it? Go ahead, take the risk.
That's a good summary. We'll see how that goes as we continue implementing. I believe there's so many things that we want to do, and we need to decide of the priority because the plot is an important part, but we also have a lot planned with the actual animals, right? And that's also important. The making exploration more satisfactory is also important. So who knows when we will get um, to progress a little bit in the plot, but yeah, that part is definitively something that we have planned. I had the dongo, but yeah, I cannot recover any more energy today. 7:20. I'm pretty hungry. Let's head back home. What did I do? Oh crap! Wrong key. The carrots are there. I'm going to. I'm going to. It's pretty dark here, but let's reseed some of these carrots so that they can grow during the night. So we're going to extract seeds from the carrot, and we're going to place these seeds Here, here, and here, and also here, and also here and here. Okay, um, I am almost about to faint, and I don't want that to happen. So let's take care of the food. I am going to sacrifice this guy and cook him. Grilled steak and eat it. And that should be enough. Let's go and sleep comfortably. No fatigue, some hunger, time for breakfast. Well, while Stolberg was talking about the plot, I was checking the ingredients for the carrot cake, and we need 3 carrots, that's fine. Oil, butter. We actually don't need flour for some reason for this cake, but we do need eggs from chicks, and that's going to be a problem because we haven't found them. So that's going to require some exploring around. In the meantime, let's pick up these carrots and plant some more. I'm thinking that probably should switch the key bindings for the main action and make enter, bring the actions menu and have spacebar bring execute the default action. Seems like a bit more natural to me. What do you think?
And it depending on the player, most in fact of the players would have enter closer to the movement keys.
Right.
By the way, you just saw, well, not just, I was silent for a while, but you saw Slashy get some seeds from the carrots. You do that with T, transform. It may be a little counterintuitive. We don't know. Actually, well, I find it intuitive because how would you grab seeds from a carrot? But if you think there's a better way, maybe you think they should automatically spawn when you consume the item, please let us know. Take into account, however, that if that happens, you will feel completely get your inventory filled. You'll get it so full, it's not going to be even funny.
They're going to spam the inventory a lot. Oh, look, another cabin. I'm lucky today. I wonder if I'm going to find something interesting. Let's see. A bedroll. Oh, I'm full of stuff. Uh, Actually, I don't think for this run I'm going to plant any of these garlic and onion. I don't need it. So I'm going to drop the garlic and the onion here. Saponair, healthy. Oh, healthy. Huh. Pokeko. Oh no, this is. What is this good for? I forgot. Oh, I pick it up.
The Pokeko, if I remember correctly, are great for recovering hunger. However, if you eat too many of them, you'll get sick.
I see. Did I had oil already? I think I am missing the sugar, right? The sugar
And the
um
X.
and the eggs. Ah crap. Let's drop this here and also the cup. The bedroll would be important if we were doing a lot of exploration. I'm playing in a pretty conservative way now, because I haven't slept outside the house for the first time. So again, topic of the day: the orientation systems using O. Once you discover something, you will be able to switch the waypoint. And for example, if I wanted to go to the second cabin I found, is to the northeast. The one we just found is here, basically. And the main cabin where we started the game is to the north. Fatigue is okay. I think I will do something. We are looking for that sugar. Come here. I will explore a little bit more, but oh, I'm full. Hmm. I think let's go back home. What should I drop to carry that sock? Everything seems important here. Oh, coffee seed. So that was a seed, which means I can grow coffee plants now. That's super good.
Your run started like cursed, and now it's the most blessed run I have ever seen.
that's right. Let's not get too excited, but it's looking good, yeah. The cabin is to the north, just through these woods. Oh, there it is. So there's some eggs, but they are not cheek eggs. So they are not good for what we wanted. And
Yeah, but those eggs shouldn't work, at least not for the recipe, because they should be La Villa eggs.
yeah, that's what I
They are
meant.
starting to breed. They are extremely useful for, well, food, but that's it. Watch out,
Yeah,
you are about to faint and starve.
right. Let's go and sleep. It's almost 8 p.m. We're going to need a bigger place to store the stuff because I don't want to be carrying all this around. And we are getting out of storage space here. We need to get planting some of this stuff as well, but that will be tomorrow. Let's go and sleep. Day 8. We are good.
Proper storage is coming, by the way. If you feel it's, well, it's not comfortable or just plain stupid that you cannot store items in a quote unquote proper way, it's coming. Chests and all that kind of stuff is coming.
That's right. So let's make another small farm space here using the hoe. Climatopi. We needed that guy. Let's put him here and let's see them breed. Go back, La Villa. No, no. guy doesn't want to stay inside. No! They want freedom.
You can
Stay
always
there.
catch them. Yeah, that little zoo is already a little cramped.
Right. Yeah.
And with those clamatopes in there, with the speed and the amount they breed, that's going to be an issue.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. This should be enough for our experimental traps, but we don't have any wood. I wonder where the nearest wood like forest is. And look, I just uh, remember that we had not seen a single mountain in this gameplay, and here it is. Well, at least each gameplay is different. This one has been mostly about the forest. We got 10 wood. That's not enough. 12. It's night time, and we are super tired, and we are restless. Being restless means that we can no longer recover fatigue by standing there or drinking stuff. So this is a pretty bad situation. How did I end up here? I think the best I can do now is take a sleep here in the. How far are we from the? No, no. I think it's too risky to try to walk to the cabin. Probably I should just sleep here. And I should have brought the bedroll. I should not have dropped that bedroll at home. It's useless there. So
Yeah.
let's just.
Still
Oh well,
is
but
still without the campfire, even if you had the bedroll, you would have a huge hit on your
yes, but
health.
not as big as fainting. All right, so let's go ahead and eat something. Eat a carrot at least. Another one? What happened? Oh, I pressed the wrong button and risk eating another one. Maybe final one? Alright. I managed to eat all three carrots. And now let's take a nap. Well, sleep here. Because we don't have the stone to build the campfire. So we are sleeping there in the wild. And it's going to tell us that, yeah, that was less than optimal. But it's still better than fainting. So for the next time, we're going to take some stones with us. The campfire is 2 stones, 3 woods, and a flintstone, and that's going to be much better. 3 stones. Let's keep that, and 17 wood. Let's go back to the cabin, and let's finish this fence. Tired already? It's beautiful when you can
Yeah.
see the transition of the plants.
Well, of course you're tired already. You slept on the ground in, in the wilds.
Right, right, right. Let's plant our first coffee plant. There you go. And also the avocado plant. And also the wheat plant. And the oblurine. So this is going to be like the exotics section. Let's lay down for a little bit. 3 p.m. Uh, let's also plant these berries, Pokeko, and Aoun, and another Aoun. Oh, yeah, that's okay. And I think let's go and take a nap. Let's close this door. Um, well, we are here already. Let's just place some of these carrot seeds. Okay. All right. And I believe we are at time for this streaming. We managed to survive for 9 days, and it's looking good. I think we need to explore southwest of the main cabin to see if we find another cabin with the sugar and maybe some wild chicks to get some eggs from them. Chicks? What's the name? Chooks? Chicks?
Chicks.
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 Okay. So let's go to sleep. No, we are hungry. Hold on. Let's fry this dripco. Let's fry this guy and eat it. And also eat a carrot. And we will go sleep early tonight because we had a bad night up there in the woods. And that should conclude today's playthrough of Emerald Woods.
We stream every Tuesday and Friday. So if you enjoyed it, please remember to come back on sorry, Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday and Friday. So if you enjoyed it, please come back and join us on Wednesday when we play again Emerald Woods. We stream over all major platforms. So whenever you saw us, we also check the chat of all those platforms. So you can chat inside of whichever platform you're using. You can follow us on all major platforms too. And if you are seeing this on YouTube, don't worry, it will be saved. We saved every stream on YouTube. You can follow us then on YouTube. Remember to click the bell icon so you get notifications about those new videos. And that's it. Thank you for joining us. You can also follow us on Twitter and
And
even on
remember,
Mastodon.
you can also play the game at itch.io. Um,
And
if you
it's
want to,
free.
and it's free for now. If you want to take a look at the current version, or maybe you are looking at this in the future and that version is already out, you can check it out at slash.itch.io/emeraldwoods. So yeah, thank you for watching.
See you next time. Bye bye.